Hey, yay, hey, yay. We are all gathered here today to discuss an inconvenience, a setback involving Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. There are some rivalries that feel truly unfinished. There are these moments in boxing where one side makes it abundantly clear they are done. And Devin Haney is drawing that line. After everything that transpired in the first fight, the controversy, Ryan Garcia, the headlines, the fan backlash, the knockdowns, Devin Haney has now stated that the ship has sailed on a rematch with Ryan. He doesn't sound like he's interested. And part of that stance, according to him, centers around Ryan Garcia's alleged choice to step away from VADA testing protocols. So what does this really mean? Is this just talk? Is he trying to get some kind of negotiation leverage, some Jedi mind trick, if you will, right? Like pretend you're not interested. Or is it genuinely a closing of the door and a new chapter for Devin Haney, who's a champion at 147, the WBO champion at welterweight? So let me take y'all through it. Take you through there, take you through there. Take you through there, take you through there. And unpack what was said, why it matters. Let's get cracking. Now, I will give you guys my opinion, but I deal with the facts. And if you're on my channel and you've been on my channel for any length of time, you know this. And you know that Boxingego, if I make an unpack video, I do a dang good job. So let's start with the facts. Devin Haney was being asked a question. I'll read it. A boxing fan says, if Ryan Garcia wins and looks sharp, does that put him back in the mix for you? Or you just focused strictly on new challenges at 147? This message came through loud and clear. Devin Haney responded on his verified page, which is evident by the blue check mark. Y'all know that blue check mark means it's verified, the official account. Devin Haney said that ship sailed when he dropped out of VADA testing, ... end quote. So, according to Devin Haney, it is over. Now, I know a lot of fans are going to be disappointed with this response from Devin Haney. Heck, I'm disappointed with this response from Devin Haney. Now, full disclosure, because when it comes to these unpacks, I gotta do my thing. Y'all know I'm gonna do my thizzle. The reality is, there's people, the negative Nancy's, the haters, the naysayers, they're gonna try to take my words, spin it, twist it, pull it, bend it, rub it down, smack it. Oh no, you know what I mean? I've been on the platforms long enough making this money, and I understand how the game works. So there's going to be people who take this out of context. They're like, oh, why are you blaming Devin? Ryan Osterine. Ryan's he said this. Listen, on my channel, I'm going to keep it real with what I see. You don't have to like it. Don't really care. I'm here to report my take in the news and unpack. Now, am I saying that Devin Haney shouldn't be suspicious or take precautions? Absolutely not. I think Devin Haney has every right to view Ryan different or have questions and pause about fighting Ryan on an even playing field. But that's just it. Y'all got to pay attention to what I'm about to say. I'm about to cook. I'm not anti the rematch happening. In fact, I think the rematch needs to happen. But it has to happen on an even playing field. A clean slate. Both guys pass every test, not just, you passed all the tests, but the N, and Ryan said it was a tainted supplement. That cannot be accepted in the sport of boxing. But Ryan faced his fines, was suspended, out of competition for a year. He black cloud over his career, right? He kind of crashed out during that year after his fight with Onpo got canceled. Ryan Garcia got arrested for trashing a hotel room, incidentals or whatever. And he got dejected for a point in time from the WBC because of what he was saying and the groups that he was offending, black people, Muslims, and he had inflammatory commentary towards these groups, and he got expelled. On top of fans lost, when we have an episode like that, people are going to lose faith and trust. Like, hey, I thought you were a cool guy, So I'm not mad at Devin Haney for being cautious. That's not it at all. However, the fact of the matter is Ryan is about to fight Barrios. See, one thing that I don't particularly like is a lot of people in this world, they try to be on a high horse. They try to act all high and mighty, especially content creators. That's why I tell you guys, there's a lot of low quality content in the space of boxing. And some people, they want to act high and mighty like, Ryan needs to be banned for life. Ryan needs to be expelled permanently. Ryan said this, that, and the third, which I've never condoned on my channel. But Ryan is about to fight Barrios for a title. And I guarantee you, every single one of those content creators who say Ryan should be banned for life are going to watch his fight. Some of them will probably do post-fight videos and content, photos and carousels, despite whatever outcome it is, if Barrios wins or Ryan wins, especially if Barrios wins, because I think Ryan might be the favorite. So this is what I'm talking about in the game. I feel like you have a lot of people who will kind of browbeat you and act like, oh man, how can you support Ryan and da-da-da-da? But aren't you picking from the same tree? If you're going to do, like, you got content creators, just hear me out. Hear me out. You got content creators who will say Ryan is a disgusting human being and, this is god awful. I can't believe the things he's done. Listen, I'm not Ryan, so I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't did none of the stuff he did, right? I don't do drugs, so it don't affect my life. But the same people who tell you this and like say, Ryan should be banned for life and the Haney content creators and whatnot, they'd be the same ones that do a watch party for Barrios Garcia. I mean, what part of the game is that? Like, you can't act like you want to boycott and protest, but then not go forward and go through with it and do it. You know what I mean? So for me, I oftentimes separate, and I've always had this uncanny ability to separate the fighter from the performance or from the sport. I can't control boxing. It's like the Wild Wild West. Boxing, yes, we could get stricter rules for VADA and for the testing and the protocols, but you can go to the Empire State Building and yell as loud as you want. It's up to boxing to change it. And instead, we're not getting stricter rules or punishments for cheaters in the sport of boxing. Sad, but true. Instead, we're getting Zuffa Boxing, Dana White, Turkey, Sella. They're coming in trying to amend the Ali Act and change the newly add weight classes and cut it back down to 8, which is what it used to be, right? So for me, I've understood for a very long time that the sport of boxing, there is no order to it. It is pure anarchy. And I feel like the sooner you embrace that, the sooner you'll be able to have an enjoyable time. You know, it's not right, but we don't live in a perfect world. A lot of people have this like perfect world framing. I never frame it like that because I know this world is cruel and it'll beat you. Let me tell you something you already know, kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean and cruel place, and it'll beat you there if you let it. And nothing is gonna hit as hard as life. When you were this big, I held you. But somewhere along the line, you changed. Right? The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. That's the reality of it. You know, sorry, I'm late, Dragon! Like, this ain't a Rocky movie, dog. Like, what are we talking about? So, the fact of the matter is, Ryan Garcia got whatever punishment and, you know, flashlight shown after he had the Devin Haney situation. He took the backlash. He took his suspension. Look, Ryan Garcia defeated Devin Haney by majority decision, April 20th, 420, right? In a major upset where he knocked down Haney 3 times. It was really like 8 times. The fight should have been stopped by Bill Haney, but that's another video. However, the New York Athletic Commission overturned it to a, say it with me, no contest. Reason being, because Garcia tested positive for the PED called Ostarine, right? And if you follow my channel, you would be well aware of all of this stuff. Despite initial talk of a rematch as of February, Haney has indicated he will not fight Garcia again, citing the failed test, right? The video shows the highlights of the fight, including the knockdowns, and so on and so forth. So, unless you live under a rock or you're not like a diehard boxing fan, we all know what happened in the fight, right? Ryan looked like he didn't train, and Devin couldn't get away from the left hook. And in the moments where Ryan had energy, he was doing stuff like this, you know, doing this like gold miner dance and shimmy and kind of styling on Devin Haney. So for me, Devin and his team, they kind of pushed that they were down to fight Ryan Garcia. So I feel like, for me, I'm not blaming Devin for Ryan's transgressions. Make that abundantly clear. But for me, you and your whole team, I'm not going to say you need Ryan. Yeah, actually, I am going to say that. I changed my mind. I am going to say that. You kind of need Ryan Garcia. Let me explain. Not that you did anything wrong in the first fight, because Ryan was the one that cheated. But I think the way the boxing world is viewing it, the way the boxing world is looking at it, they're looking at it like, yeah, Ryan cheated. First of all, and I don't want to get too technical. I really don't. But we live in different times. I am not talking about my code. I got ethics. I got integrity. I'm not talking about me specifically. I'm talking about the industry. The reality is, you got streamers, rappers. They do all kinds of crude and crazy pranks and say this and that and support this and that. And there's some craziness going on in the world. That is a reality, right? This is a reality of what we're up against and what we're, you know what I mean, what we're facing. And for me, you just got to accept the world we live in. I really feel like that, because back in my day in hip hop, you couldn't be a snitch and somebody who told and worked with the boys in 12 and then be successful. It wasn't working for you. You know what I mean? But this new generation, they don't got the same like morals and values. So I don't think they too much care. You can snitch, and if they like your personality or music, they still gonna listen to you. That ain't my generation, but I'm talking about this new generation. And that's what it is, baby. So for me, I feel like Ryan served his time. It's a great fight. Devin Haney is in a wasteland division, right? It's not popping. You're going to need people like Shakur and Keyshawn and guys from 40, Gary Antoine Russell, to move up to start filling out 147. The best recent fighters are all moved on, retired, or in a new division. Jerron Boots Ennis, 154. Virgil Ortiz moved up to 154. Errol Spence about to fight Tim Tszyu at, what is that? Oh, 154. Terrence Crawford fought one fight at 54, fought Canelo. Baby, you want to pay, right? He fought him at 68 and then retired. This is where we're at with it, right? So the toughest, probably like good fight that people kind of wanted to see was Devin and Brian Norman, and he already got past him. You already did that. So for Devin, the timing to me is bad because I still think your names are always going to be synonymous. It's like Ben and Jerry. If Ben and Jerry get in a fight, we still know you from the ice cream. Like, it don't matter what you say or do or you're mad at each other. Like, your names are synonymous. Penn and Teller. Like, certain names, Siegfried and Roy. There's certain names just kind of peanut butter and jelly with a soda on the side. It go together. Your name in the boxing fan's mind is synonymous with Ryan Garcia. It's the reality of it. People, when they think of Ryan, they think of you. And the reason I know this is because if you go to any of Devin's pages, right? Go to any of his pages and it don't be nothing about Ryan specifically. He could just post a picture of a new watch or a purchase that he made. And then people are putting gifs of Ryan knocking you down. That's what I see when I have looked, right? So to deprive the game and starve the game of that is not right. Am I, again, saying that Ryan Garcia should not be held to strict, stringent testing? I'm not saying that. I fully support that and believe that you need to test Ryan. If you got to test him every hour or whatever, he looking kind of big right now. So I'm not even mad at that. But to just say we're moving on, you know, I don't know how that's going to be viewed from boxing fans. It's like an incomplete. Like my parents used to watch a show on HBO called Lovecraft Country or something, right? And they were into it and they were liking it. But then HBO didn't have the ratings or whatever that they wanted and they decided to cancel the show, right? So it just feels incomplete because, like, this is what happens with TV shows. They'll put out a pilot or season one, and then the studios and the execs, even if it has like a cult following, if they don't see the metrics and the numbers and impressions that they want, then they'll just axe it and be like, sorry. So all you got was season one out of it, and they didn't renew it for a new season. So it don't matter how much you like the show and you want to see the characters develop and advance, you don't get the option. It's just, it's cooked. You know what I mean? So that's, if Devin truly sticks to his word, like he's saying, and don't fight Ryan again, you know, it's just be one of them, man, what if? And I think the clarity is needed. Ryan's claiming that he didn't intentionally do it. So I feel like Devin, he looked good in his last fight. If you beat Ryan soundly, I feel like all will be forgiven in the world of boxing. Would then look at Ryan as like, oh yeah, you for sure, you look totally different. Like if Ryan looked like he looked in the Rolly fight in a Devin rematch and Devin looked supreme, then the natural inclination, I truly believe, would be like, okay, if there was ever any doubts about if Ryan intentionally did it or whatever, they're going to use that. I'm not saying it's right, but I know my audience, and my audience is going to be like the boxing fans. They're going to be like, okay, you look night and day, because people even took his Rolly performance and did it. So imagine if Devin rematches him, sets the record straight, looks good in the fight, and Ryan looks trash in the fight, doesn't look good, then people are going to be like, all right, Devin Haney's back. The first one was a fluke because of Ryan was on that. He was on that. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D. It was all a dream. He was on that Juicy, that Biggie Smalls, that Notorious. Tell that nurse with the to come. Right? He was on that Juicy. That's what people will look at it like. So I don't know if Devin, wants more money or if he's serious. And then as far as him saying that he dropped out of VADA, I don't know. Ryan ain't said that, so I don't know where that's even coming from. I know Bill Haney, when they didn't have an actual fight, they were trying to get Ryan to sign up for VADA, but then he ended up losing a Rolly, so I don't know what happened with VADA after that. But what we do know, and this is not speculation, the VADA conversation, people are looking at how big and bulked up Ryan looks, so the VADA situation came back, and Ryan took to social media, addressed it, and said there's absolutely VADA testing for the Barrios fight. And it was confirmed by Mario Barrios, and it was confirmed by the WBC. So I don't know if he had no fight scheduled, what happened there, but Barrios and everybody is a WBC fight. They all confirmed that he is actually testing for this upcoming fight in the next week. Now, as always, I always save the best for last. I don't come to clickbait. I'm giving y'all factual boxing news. It's the reality. So this is Ryan. He is the boy is looking brolic, and maybe Devin's seen that and like, I can't trust it. I can't chance it. Ryan is looking. This is him training for the Barrios fight. So he does look big, but to prove to you guys that there is drug VADA testing, right? Boom. Ego has obtained the official VADA enrollment. So this is when the fight was first announced. Dear Mr. and all the promoters, this letter is to advise you, Mr. Mario Barrios and Mr. Ryan Garcia have volunteered and been accepted into the VADA program. They will be subject to random selected testing performance, PEDs, throughout the fight. We will keep TGB Promotions, Heyman Boxing, and Golden Boy Promotions, the WBC, ABC, and BoxRec. We will keep them advised of the results, A and B samples. Do not hesitate to So I'm showing you valid proof. Now, there's different people that were accusing Ryan, right? And saying like, oh, he wasn't in VADA for the Barrios fight. And he says, I wasn't going to speak on this because it's ridiculous. But I've seen parts of the media claiming I'm not tested by VADA, which is extremely untrue. I've been tested this whole camp, and I'm sure so has Mario Barrios. Anyone claiming these things will now be met with legal action, right? And Ryan posted actual VADA from February 2nd, sent to Ryan Garcia. This letter is to advise you that one or more of your collected specimens have been analyzed, and it shows currently negative. So again, I'm showing proof. There's no one in boxing doing it like me. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. Deep down in your heart, you know that. Look at the quality I present to you guys. If you can rock with that and you like truth tellers and people telling the truth and keeping it real and showing the proof, then subscribe to my channel. Beat up the algorithm and show all the engagement signs if you got any value from any of my content. Back to it. Ryan, January 11th, blah, 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 negative, participate in VADA. So again, I don't know what Devin's talking about, right? When he's like, oh, the ship has sailed because he dropped out of VADA, right? And I'm always going to clear the air and speak on it. And here's the thing. Let's say Devin and Bill, because I know there was, before the Brian Norman fight, well before that, they were pushing Ryan like, hey, we'll drop the lawsuit, which was a bad look. We'll drop the lawsuit if you sign up for VADA. And I think Turkey was like a mediator, and maybe they agreed to that. I don't know. I wasn't there behind closed doors, right? And that was the deal. Like this for that, tit for tat. But they didn't actually have a fight, so nobody in boxing, you can't you can't, even people who have failed, Gerald Big Baby Miller, right? Don't he got an upcoming fight? Or he just fought? That, remember his toupee flew off. He just fought. He failed more PED tests than Ryan Garcia, and he just fought. So you can't act as a mandate and say Ryan has to take above and beyond VADA testing when you don't even have a contracted fight with him, right? Now, Devin Haney, they did this to Brian Norman as well, right? Like, hey, do more testing, and then the Normans agreed to it. So cool. The bottom line is, if you have a fight, then you should do testing. But testing costs money, so most fighters aren't being tested outside of that window. So for me, at best, Devin Haney and Bill probably wanted Ryan to do some testing when they didn't have a fight. So you can't really mandate that. Nobody, the WBC is allowing Ryan to fight for the belt with just in this training camp testing, right? So Devin, I don't even know if he's the A-side over Ryan. I doubt it, right? In terms of popularity and A-sideness. So it's a shame, man, because I truly think the rematch would do numbers and it would be good. But according to Devin Haney right now, he's not really looking that way because allegedly Ryan at some point dropped out of VADA, whatever that means. Like, when did he drop out of VADA if you guys aren't fighting anymore? Like, so he loses to Rolly, gets knocked down, takes a little bit of a break, and he doesn't even come back to until this upcoming fight with Barrios. So you wanted him to lose to Rolly and then test with VADA and pay for it, or who's paying for it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't really understand that. So for me, I don't know that that's the best look for Devin Haney, because it kind of looks like a scapegoat of not just wanting the testing. I'm all like, again, people are going to get mad at my take and like misconstrue it and convolute the point. I want Ryan to be tested like he's being tested in the Barrios fight. I just showed you proof of that. So, and then not just Ryan, I want all these fighters in these big fights to set a gold standard and test. I'm not a cheater, so why would I validate and vouch for cheaters? It don't even make sense. I don't even do I don't drink alcohol. I'm not doing nothing, so it don't even make sense to have the Haneyacks be like, oh man, you support cheating. Like, I ain't never supported cheating. I don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never cheated in no competition or on YouTube or nothing. Like, so what are we talking about? So for me, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I hope Devin reconsiders, because I think, unfortunate but true, I think there's more riding on him and him fighting Ryan. I feel like he needs the Ryan Garcia fight more, because again, the timing is so bad. Y'all gotta peep. Hear the logic. The timing is so bad. You wait, like literally Ryan's about to fight in a few days, right? Literally. About to fight in a week or whatever. They just did the 14-day weigh-ins. Video coming soon, Ego Weight Watchers. So he's literally about to fight Barrios for a title. And then right before that, you're like, hey, I don't want to fight him no more. The ship has sailed. Like, we're not even going to wait to see. And the initial question was like, if Ryan looks good, hey, are you interested? Right? So for me, I feel like it was bad. Like, let's see how Ryan looks. He could lose. Barrios is a good fighter. He's a capable fighter. So for me, I would have never, if I was in Devin's position and the world wanted to see the rematch, I wouldn't have put that out, especially with the timing. The timing looks exceptionally bad because, again, it could be certain things will handle themselves. If Ryan loses to Barrios, then now I don't know if there'll even be a demand, because that'll be 2 losses in a row to Rolly and Barrios. So you could have not said that, not look bad in the interim. And then if Ryan loses to Barrios, there's not going to be a huge demand. And, you know, who knows if a promoter would even want to pay the type of money that he probably would want. And he'd be coming off 2 losses. His stock is going to take a hit. So it looks bad to prematurely have put that out there. Or if Ryan wins, because I don't know what the outcome is going to be, and he's a WBC champion. So that means if the rules and protocols and the testing can be contracted like it is for the Barrios fight, which I just showed you, you're saying you don't want to unify in a stale division? You're like, bro, what do the Haneys want? Conor Ben, they're like, no, why should, and he popped dirty too. Bro, this is what I'm talking about. This new generation is mad disappointing the way they move, right? So Conor Ben was like, I'll fight Devin Haney. You're boring, mate. You're a boring fighter. Mate, you're bollocks. Like, he's saying I'll fight Devin Haney. And then Devin Haney is like, nah, what have you done? And he popped for his own stuff, right? So you kind of ruled out Conor Ben as, even though the welterweight is a wasteland, there's not that many great names for him to fight right now. So rule out Conor Ben, saying, what has he done? He don't have no belt, You're ruling out the rematch the world want to see, which is Ryan F. Garcia, right? You're ruling that out and talking about he wasn't in VADA, allegedly, when I just showed you he's doing VADA for his current fight. And it's been confirmed by the WBC. I mean, I could do this all day, man. Put on another note, about to take another vacate on another boat, huh? I got it. Bro, I be one taking my like Hove. Y'all know that. Boom. Mauricio Suleiman, the president of the WBC, the Barrios Garcia fight fully is a WBC fight, which we know. And again, he heard these allegations apparently that Ryan wasn't testing, which was coming out. He says, to put the record straight, the WBC demanded Ryan and Mario Barrios be tested by VADA in order to approve this fight. And they both have been tested with all negative results so far. I don't be making up nothing. So again, my point remains. It's kind of a bad look for Devin Haney to not wait to see the Ryan Barrios outcome in a division that is stale when Ryan is currently about to fight in a week and he's following protocol, the testing protocol from the company you want him to be tested by, VADA, and then Devin is coming out publicly like, nah, the ship is sailed. Who are you gonna fight? You want to fight Louis Crockpot or whatever that guy's name is? You know? That's what you want to do? So it to me, I feel like it's a bad look because it's just kind of depriving the game of this is why boxing can advance. So it reminds me of when Boots Ennis, a day before Brian Norman was about to fight in Japan and got a knockout of the year, right? Boots was like, I'm leaving the division. And people are like, what? You're not going to wait to see how Brian looked tomorrow in Japan if you're saying you wanted to fight Brian Norman, right? So I just feel like some of these new cats and these new fighters, their timing is exceptionally bad, right? They feel like the need to reply to everything and respond, but it's like almost like they don't care how they respond, but you should, because that's what you're going to be held to. And the way this tracks and the way this reads, it looked like you've already made up in your mind that the Ryan fight, the ship is sailed, and there's no point because of, I guess you're saying he dropped out of VADA, but he's doing an actual fight, and every indication from the WBC I showed you, Mario Barrios talked about it. He said, I'm not worried about it. Ryan's testing, I'm testing. Ryan confirmed it. I showed you the VADA paperwork. Everything suggests that for that fight, they're doing it. So, and Mauricio Suleiman, I just showed you. He said all of the tests have been negative, right? So with that being said, if you rematch Ryan, if he were to win, presumably with Barrios, he would be a champion. It'd be a big fight for boxing. It'll be a unification. And if he follows tight, stringent and has all negative tests with no adverse tests, then why not fight him? And then my other question is, who are you going to fight? When you don't really want to fight Conor Ben, and you don't want to fight Ryan. And either way, both of those guys have popped dirty. Shakur, he's already talked about rehydration clauses, and we don't even know if he's not moving up to 47, it don't sound like. So who is Devin wanting to fight? Is he gonna move up to 54 and fight like Xander Zayas or something? Weird times, man. And it's disappointing from this new generation. I'm not condoning cheating. I'm not condoning not being clean, but you still have a career and people still have questions. So you name a better fight than Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia in the comment section for Devin to fight. And some of you guys may not have the bandwidth to understand what I put out in this video, but watch it again maybe, and maybe you'll get it. You don't really have like these attractive options. So that's why you see Devin Haney and his team talking about fighting Lewis Crocker. Pacquiao's trying to fight Rolly, right? And Devin Haney's like, Pacquiao, call me. Pacquiao ain't finna call you, bro. And then Rolly, he was like, he already said he's not fighting Devin. So you're kind of stuck unless you're moving to 54 or something, right? Because Devin said he can't move back down to 40. He said, I'll never go back. I have the tweet. 54, I mean, that's just a whole nother weight class. What, you going to fight Fundora? Fundora Keith Thurman winner? I don't know. You know what I mean? Or you stay where you're at, where you became a champion, but then who are you going to fight? You said Conor Ben don't have a belt, and he popped dirty. Ryan popped dirty and might get a belt, and you said the ship has sailed. You did say you'll fight Lewis Crocker, a fight that is horrible, that nobody really wants to see. What other names are there for you to fight at 47? Y'all let me know in the comment section, but I know you can't. Now, for real, I'll be saving the best for last. So I'll leave y'all with this to think about. And it just shows the different mentality out there, right? Where Devin's like, the ship has sailed because Ryan popped and allegedly, with no fight, allegedly dropped out of VADA, which he's about to fight Barrios, and there's full proof that he's in VADA. This is what Barrios said, right? When being asked about Ryan's tattered past. Roll the clip.
I don't care that he has failed a drug test. And for this fight, we're getting VADA tested. I'm confident, I feel like, he should be on it, but we'll see. I don't care that he has failed a drug test. For this fight, we're getting VADA tested.
Boom. In closing, that was Mario Barrios. He was like, we're getting VADA tested. I don't really care that he failed in the past. Like, we're getting VADA. Everything's been smooth now. That's basically what he's saying. So let me know if you understand my points and my gripes that I brought up, or if you just see it Haney's way and think before the Barrios fight, which is a title fight for the coveted green belt, the WBC belt, that Devin Haney should automatically be ruling out Ryan Garcia, much anticipated rematch. Drop those heated comments in the comment section. For more boxing news, subscribe. If you want a YouTube like me, I got my affiliate links in the description. It has the tools that I use personally. There are affiliate links, so be advised of that. And it also has all my links to follow me. If you gain any value from my content, make sure you guys follow the movement. I am the wave. I don't read the headlines and follow the headlines. I create them. We unpacked. We unpacked. We unpacked. We unpacked. Coming to you live. Boxingego unpacked. Yeah. We unpacked. We unpacked. We unpacked. Coming to you live. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate. So ultimately,